Hi, my name is Sean. In the summer of 2014, I travelled around Europe for 4.5 months. I took a small action video camera with me, and now I am making a series of documentaries in order to share my experiences. Let's start with the gorgeous country of Austria. Austria is situated in Central Europe and spreads over an area of approximately 83,858 square kilometers. Austria is bordered by 8 countries: Germany and the Czech Republic to the north, Switzerland and Liechtenstein to the west, Slovenia and Italy to the south, and Hungary and Slovakia to the east. The weather in Austria changes frequently. The weather is continental and cloudy. The winters are cold, with frequent rain and snow and lots of snow in the mountains. The summers are warm with occasional showers. For people like me who live in sunny Southern California, imagining this type of weather is a little difficult, so don't be surprised to experience rain in the middle of summer. I've experienced this in other European cities as well. Austria has a population of over 8 million people. In July 2013, the actual number was estimated to be 8,221,646. The whole of Austria has a population approximately the same size as London. People may live in buildings that were built before Columbus found America. The official language spoken in Austria is German. The majority of the population in Austria is Roman Catholic, the remainder being mainly Protestants and Muslims. Austria's average unemployment rate from 1960 to 2013 was 4.59%, which is the second lowest in the European Union after Luxembourg. Among Europeans, Austrian people are thought to work the longest, with an average of 45 hours per week. The official currency in Austria is the euro. Due to Austria's gross domestic product per capita, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund have rated this country in the top 15 countries in the world. Red Bull is from Austria, from Salzburg to be precise.
I never had a Red Bull before, but I had a Red Bull last night. I really like Red Bull.
Yeah, you seem a little hyper.
Hey, after we chat, we should go to Red Bull.
Okay, that'd be
Red
really
Bull.
fun. That sounds
Red
like...
Red
I
Bull.
think I'd really...
The tradition of sending postcards comes from Austria. The original snow globe was invented by accident in Austria in 1900. In an attempt to make his own light bulb, Erwin Perzzi created the first snow globe using the Basilica of Mariazell as its subject. The snow Perzzi used was made from ground rice. The factory still resides in Vienna and now creates made-to-order snow globes, including one recently made for the Obama family. The Perzzi family still owns and operates the company and has kept it small and authentic. They create snow globes of all different subjects to hold memories in a unique fashion. The Austrians are known to be a car-loving nation. As a result, Austria boasts an excellent road network. However, almost all of the bigger cities suffer from a severe lack of parking spaces. These spaces are scarce and prohibitively expensive. If you do find a space, the time you are allowed to park for is usually around 90 minutes in central districts. One-way streets and traffic jams also often take the enjoyment out of the driving experience. The public transport system in Austria is generally excellent. Austria's rail network is comfortable, reliable, and fast. The main rail website offers excellent information on timetables, services, and discounts. The quality of service offered by the rail network makes it far more appealing than taking a bus. Most large cities and towns feature some form of public transport, including underground systems, buses, tram lines, and suburban railways. This means that getting around without a car is generally not a problem. Viennese young people receive the right to vote in elections at the age of 16, but may not obtain their driver's license until the age of 18. This means that young voters must use Vienna's excellent tram system to place their votes on election day. Gas is over $8 per gallon. Apparently, if you drive in reverse on a one-way street, it's okay, as is often demonstrated in Austria. Located in the very heart of Europe, Vienna is the capital of Austria and repeatedly ranked as one of Europe's top cities in Mercer's Quality of Life survey. Be prepared to experience the architectural wow factor when you visit Vienna. The city is subdivided into 23 districts. The first district is the historical city centre, confined by the circular Ringstrasse Boulevard and the Donau Canal. The first district in Vienna is like a museum itself in terms of beautiful architecture and design. Outside these borders, the inner suburbs, districts 2 to 9, follow. This is then bordered by the Gürtel, one of the main arterial roads in the city. The other districts are located outside of the Gürtel and on the other side of the Danube. These districts are numbered in a clockwise direction. The Ringstrasse in Vienna is one of Europe's most unusual streets. This circular boulevard of magnificent state buildings, palaces and hotels was carved out of the fortifications that once protected Vienna from the invading Turks in the 16th century. Vienna's Schönbrunn Tiergarten is the oldest zoo in the world and was founded in 1752 as an animal menagerie by Emperor Franz Stephan. Vienna is the only capital city to produce its own wine. Vineyards within the city limits produce incredible wine, making it a dear tradition in the spring. Heurigen is the name given to local wine taverns and are highly popular. Each Heurigen produces and serves its own wine, selling the newly fermented product each spring. They are only permitted to serve their own wine and local food, and once they run out, they close for the season. Heurigens are mostly located in the outer districts near their vineyards and provide a very Austrian atmosphere. The perfect Viennese day includes a hike through the Vienna woods and then a stop at a Heurigen for food, good wine and friends. Most retail shops and grocery stores are closed on Sunday. You can walk along almost any street in Vienna and find a beautiful, unique sight. I just walked through a small walkway and this is what I saw. There are thousands of beautiful sights everywhere, and it would be near impossible to see them all, even if you are adventurous enough to stay here for a month. Dogs are permitted everywhere unless a sign is posted. This includes, but is not limited to, restaurants, movie theatres, shops, hair salons, work, bars, parks, beaches and lakes. Palaces like Schönbrunn, Hofburg and Belvedere are sure to amaze you. Vienna offers many free events, including live music, all around this magical city, making it difficult to stay at home or in a hotel room when visiting. Vienna has a vibrant nightlife, with clubs by the Danube Canal being selected as some of the best worldwide. There is a city called Egg in Austria and one called Rotten Egg. In Tyrol, you can find mutters and natters as well as rum. The shortest city name in Austria is Au. Oh, and the family names can be quite unusual. There is a psychologist called Dr. Killer and a dentist named Dr. Dick. You mustn't laugh at names like Hermenegilde Fucker or Reinhold Titz, or the many people in Austria called Harasser. I also thought it was quite weird that a hotel would call itself Pension Vanker. I wasn't sure about the pub called Dick Max in Vienna either. Fuking is an Austrian village in the northwest of Austria and is spelled Fucking. The village is 33 kilometers or 21 miles north of Salzburg. Despite having a population of only 104, the village has become famous for its name in the English-speaking world. Fuking has frequently been noted on lists of unusual place names. Its road signs are a popular visitor attraction, and they were often stolen by souvenir-hunting tourists until 2005, when the signs were modified to be theft-resistant. As of 2013, Austria has 20 Nobel Prize laureates. 7 in physiology and medicine, 5 in chemistry, 3 in physics, and 1 for economic sciences. Austria has given the world many famous people, from celebrities, scientists, and historical figures to Nobel Prize winners. For example, the Hollywood actor and former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
the founder of the Porsche company, Ferdinand Porsche,
We all have a desire to create something that will show we were here and did something of value.
Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis,
I started my professional activity trying to bring relief to my neurotic patients.
Adolf Hitler, the leader of the Nazi Party, Austro-Hungarian Baroness Bertha von Suttner, the first woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize, and Chef Wolfgang Puck. Austria is also the birthplace of many famous classical music composers, including Haydn, Mozart, Schubert, Liszt, Johann Strauss, Mahler, and Bruckner. Vienna is known as both the City of Dreams and the City of Music, making it a large tourist attraction to people from all over the world. The term City of Dreams came from Sigmund Freud's influence during his research in his home city. The IES Center, a major music university, is situated across the street from Palais Corbelli, and music flows through the windows into the street, creating a wonderful atmosphere during the week. In Vienna, energy is also art. The Spittelau incinerator is a waste-to-energy incinerator in Vienna, redesigned by architect and artist Friedensreich Hundertwasser. This plant was designed to burn 250,000 tons of waste per year. This state-of-the-art incinerator plant disposes of solid waste, generates electricity and heat, and meets very strict environmental standards. The environmentally friendly heating produced at Spittelau is enough to heat more than 60,000 Viennese households in a year. The Viennese people have embraced the recycling age, and waste segregation recycling is widely used in both households and businesses. Within Austria, around 60% of all electricity is supplied by renewable sources. It is considered normal in Austria for people to drink beer regularly, even on their lunch break from work. Annual consumption of pure alcohol in litres per person in 2009 was 12.2 litres. Note that the methodology to convert alcoholic drinks to pure alcohol may differ between countries. Typically, beer is weighted at 4 to 5%, wine as 11 to 16%, and spirits as 40% of pure alcohol equivalent. Before eating a formal meal, Austrians say Guten Appetit, and before starting to drink, they toast by clinking glasses together while looking the other person in the eye. Failing to make eye contact is considered rude and is said to bring upon oneself 7 years of bad sex.
And yes, you can smoke inside most bars.
The legal drinking age is 16 for beer or wine and 18 for liquor, even though it's rare to be asked for identification. There is no open container law. Coffee shops serve beer. McDonald's serves beer. Tipping at the restaurant is not mandatory as service is included in the price of the bill. Usually you just round up the change.
Let's take a look at the menu of this authentic Austrian restaurant. And by that, I don't mean the cover of the menu. There are plenty of good restaurants and cafes throughout the city that could give anyone the unique and special experience they are looking for. This was a great restaurant with Austrian food that I very much recommend. There were so many items I wanted to try, so I got this mix plate with a little bit of everything on it.
The national dish of Austria is the Wiener Schnitzel. Schnitzels are cutlets of veal that are pounded thin, dipped in beaten egg, covered in breadcrumbs, and then fried. There are other types of schnitzel that are made from pork or turkey, but Wiener Schnitzel may only be made from veal and no other meat. This is dictated and protected by Austrian law. In Austria, schnitzels are served with a cranberry jelly, not with the sauce. Austria's flag is one of the oldest national banners in the world. The flag was invented by Duke Leopold V of Austria in 1191. After a savage battle, his white tunic was covered in blood, and upon removal of his wide sash, an untouched white band was revealed, and 3 bands of red, white, and red was then adopted as his banner. Austrians really do wear lederhosen and dindels. They aren't just for the movies and Halloween. The Danube River is unique as it runs through 4 capital cities, more than any other river in the world. It is Europe's primary river flowing west to east. It starts in Germany's Black Forest and flows into the Black Sea through Austria, Romania, and Ukraine. The river plays a main role in the lives of all countries through which it flows, but is especially important in the 4 major capital cities. In these cities, the river is used for trade, protection, and as a tourist attraction. These capital cities are Vienna, Austria, Bratislava, Slovakia, Budapest, Hungary, and Belgrade, Serbia. Vienna originally used the river as a natural border and protective blockade against invaders, which is why this is the only city of the 4 that has the river running along the outer edges of the city rather than through the city centre. The Danube River was the subject of the largest environmental dispute taken to international court when Slovakia wanted to divert the Danube. Hungary, originally a partner in the endeavour, decided that this was too destructive. Austria's major cities include Linz, Salzburg, Innsbruck, Graz, and Klagenfurt. There are international airports in Linz, Salzburg, and Vienna. Austrian Airlines is Austria's national carrier and serves all of the above cities and connects Austria with many international destinations. In addition, there is now a range of low-cost carriers, such as Air Berlin, Fly Nicky, Ryanair, Sky Europe, and German Wings.
I invite you to see many of the attractions of this beautiful country while I tell you the story of what happened to me in the summer of 2013. And, due to this unusual experience, Austrian Airline is my favourite airline so far, for providing a once-in-a-lifetime service and opportunity. I was in Germany for a week and had a flight from Berlin to Vienna at 7:30 a.m. Half an hour before the flight, it was announced that my flight would be delayed for 3 hours. After 2.5 hours, I went to the gate I was scheduled to board it from earlier, and I found no one there, so I had no choice but going back to the security area and asking if they could help. After a short phone call, I was told that I needed to go to gate 100. I started to walk there, but found out that the airport only had 80 gates. So I went back to the security area. There they told me that I needed to go all the way to the end, go downstairs, and I would find it. So I tried this, and saw again that there were only 80 gates. So back I went to the security area, and this time the security personnel walked me there to find out there were only 80 gates. Confused, the security personnel made another phone call. Then he told me I have to go to a different terminal. Bear in mind that every journey to the end of the terminal and back took about 7 minutes, and at that point there were only 3 minutes left to my flight's departure. Before walking out of the terminal, I saw a window with the number 100 where people checked in their luggage. I walked out of the terminal and saw no other building that might be another terminal, and so walked back in and went to window 100. I started to explain my situation to the member of staff, but mid-sentence she asked me, "Are you Mr. Sean Kamali?" I said yes, and she told me unfortunately my flight had already left. She then asked me to sit on the bench in front of her and she would do something for me in the next half an hour. Up until then, and including her, I was treated very well by every staff member in the airport, with smiles, eye contact and polite conversation, so I saw no reason to worry. About 15 minutes later, a gentleman approached me and asked me to follow him. He took me to a minivan that after a short drive took me to a plane with the Austrian Airline logo.
I got out of the van and saw 2 young and beautiful female flight attendants. As I climbed up the stairs to the entrance, they greeted me and said, "Welcome to Austrian Airlines. You are our only passenger for this flight, so have a seat wherever you like." So even though I could never be able to afford such a luxurious experience, now I can say I have flown with a fully staffed private jet. I am sad to leave this magnificent country and excited to know I will be back again. You can never have enough of a good thing, and so I move on to my next journey, with low expectations for what lies ahead in order to never be disappointed and yet be able to enjoy what lies ahead. In the next episode about Austria, we're going to talk about religion, politics, science, and art in Austria. Thank you for watching this documentary.